Alrighty, watch geeks, watch fans, watch enthusiasts, watch aficionados, whatever you want to call yourselves. I am very, very excited to finally be able to bring you this timepiece as a Hotness pick. This is a Balmer Noble. Now you've got 5 options. I'm going to show all 5 to you real quick, but I just want you to understand something very, very quickly. Okay? This is the first time that you've ever made the purchase directly through me. This is going to happen on the PayPal site. Everything is secure. You have nothing to worry about. No, you do not need a PayPal account. You can click on the little link that says I don't have an account, and you can pay with your credit or debit card. Okay? I just want to make sure we avoid any confusion. This watch is going to be $119.99. We'll get into all that is entailed in the other colors. You're also going to get $8 shipping with a tracking number. Now what that's going to mean is the total price is $127.99. Out the door, nothing else. But as you scroll down directly below this video, you're going to see the option. Each watch model, each color option is going to have its own section, and that $127.99 is what you're going to see as the total. Okay, that's what you're going to pay PayPal. That is it. And when I say total, I mean total. I just don't want there to be any confusion, because usually you don't see the shipping and handling charges until after the fact. This time you're seeing them up front, and that is the price. So $119.99 for the watch, $8 shipping and handling with your tracking number. I believe they're going to be using UPS to ship those out to you, so most of you should have them in just a few days, for a total of $127.99. Now this is the first option. I hope you can see this very, very easily. I'll give you all the specs on this, and then we'll look at the other color options. So we're looking at a 48 millimeter case diameter, and yes, I'm using my pen as a pointer. So we're measuring this way, not this way. You would add just a few millimeters with the crown if you did, but we're talking about this way. It is only 14 millimeters in thickness on the case. All right, this is a dressier piece. Now, obviously in this option, it is the gunmetal plating that's been done on that. And I'll show you in the detailed review a close-up of the bracelet, because I'm actually going to use this one. You've got what they call a silver tone. I think it swings more towards the white, but however you want to put it. And this is the Hotness pick within the Hotness pick, the hot buy. All right? Because we think this is, I think this is the most versatile of them. Now you've got some other options coming up. It was a tough choice to make that. Please notice down here at the 6 o'clock position, you're going to see the word Swiss. You will also see that on the case back. I was very, very careful to go through and make sure and talk to the folks. What does that designate? Swiss in this case means Swiss made. You have a Swiss made doré or gold plated 6-jewel Ronda movement that is in there. This is the SlimTech 1069. Now this is the perfect movement for this watch, because obviously, as most of you may have guessed, 1069 or SlimTech on the 1069 refers to the slimness of the movement. And again, I'll show you a profile in a minute. I just want to run through everything that's been done on this. You've got Roman numerals at all the even numbers, 12, 2, 4, 6, etc. And then you've got stick style or baton style hands at the odd. You've got a multi-layer dial configuration with a beautiful guilloche pattern that has been done underneath that. The top level is going to give you the placement or the anchor settings for your either Roman numerals or your hour markers. Okay. This movement, the 1069, the SlimTech line, does give you the small seconds. That is the subdial with your constantly running second hand that you see done right there. Luminescence done on the hands, very durable crystal. The other part is going to be the mesh bracelet on this that is absolutely phenomenal. Very incredible feel on the wrist. It doesn't pinch, doesn't grab, doesn't yank the hair out of your arm or your wrist as you are wearing that. And by the way, because I know most of you probably have not seen how these bracelets are made, I did put above this that quick little video to show you what's known in the trade as a chain maker, showing you how these bracelets are actually made. So it is a gorgeous, gorgeous timepiece. This is the hot buy. This is the hotness pick within the hotness pick. Gunmetal silver tone, or if you prefer gunmetal white, I think it lends more towards the white. But let's take a look at the other color options, because out of the 5, you're going to have a really hard time making a decision on this. Now, here's option number 2 of the 5 that are available to you in the Balmer Noble. This is the triple black. Black dial, black case, black bracelet. And I hope I'm not getting too much glare on there, but I was hoping to really get the pop that is coming off of that dial because of the guilloche pattern. I believe that's an oil press dial. Don't hold me on that. I have not been told, but generally in the case of a watch, this timepiece, or with the looks of this timepiece, that is what you're getting. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, this was a very close runner to the hot buy, the hotness pick within the hotness pick, if you will, of the 5 models that we had. And the reason for that is the triple black is one of those watches or color combinations that's not only extremely popular with so many of you folks, but it's also very easy to dress down. Okay, so you're going to really be able to pull double duty with this particular timepiece in this option. The first one, gunmetal silver tone, obviously very easy to dress down. Triple black, very easy to dress down. This is option number 2. Let's dress it up a bit and take a look at the next one. Okay, watch fans, this is the next option that we have out of the 5 that are available to you in the Balmer Noble. And I apologize that I do not have a sample of this one to show you live on the video. This will have to suffice, but I really wanted to get it in there because this was really a coin toss as far as the hot buy or the hotness pick within the hotness pick goes. What you're seeing here is the unplated silver tone 3/16L stainless steel version with the same beautiful guilloche pattern that's been done on a charcoal black dial. Absolutely tremendous. And much like the gunmetal, this one is going to give you a high degree of versatility as far as the watch itself goes, being able to dress it up or dress it down and having it be able to go with a lot of different color options as far as what you're wearing, whether it's casual all the way up to full suit and tie or black tie, even in that matter. All of these timepieces, by the way, do have the individual images down below the video in the purchase section. You can click on each one of those and pop it up full size, and you can see it on your computer or your mobile device or whatever it is that you're looking at. Again, I think a lot of you are really going to love that for the versatility and for the color option that it brings to the table. Now, this is going to be a bit of a dressier look for those of you that are looking for a very to be very lower priced in your dressier watches. This one is going to work for you very nicely. Obviously, you've got the 14 karat yellow gold done in a lighter gold. Looks like they may have put a little rhodium in with the plating on this to give it that lighter tone. It is really very, very nice. The other thing that I like they've done with the yellow gold option is instead of going with the traditional blue dial, which we'll see in a minute, they've gone with that chocolate brown dial that's been utilized in there. So everything else is the same except for the color. Yellow gold, very nice on the wrist with the chocolate brown. So obviously that's going to be a little harder to dress down for some of you because it is in the gold tone, but that's all right. Everybody has different tastes and what it is that they're looking for. This one's going to work for you. Let's take a look at the dressiest of the options that are available to us. Now here's going to be the dressiest option out of the 5 in my opinion. This is going to be the rose gold option, rose gold plated with, I said you'd see the blue dial, here it is, that dark rich blue, that very regal or royal look. Now most companies, I'm not saying everybody, okay, Balmer didn't invent this, I'm not trying to tell you that, but they would have usually switched the dials out because of the, not a true brown, but more of a skin tone, obviously, that you get in the rose tone. You'll very often see brown dials paired with that because, let's face it, they go very well together. I own several timepieces in that configuration myself. Now, in this case, they decided to swap it out, put the brown with the yellow gold, as you saw just a moment ago, and put the blue with the rose gold. Now, I say this is the dressiest option because you don't always see rose gold in a lot of men's timepieces, and certainly not at $119 or $127, however you want to look at it. And the reason for that is rose gold is an upcharge in the jewelry and the watch business. You guys have heard me talk about this before because, you know, gold doesn't come out of the ground rose, right? This is, you know, it has copper generally. I mean, there's some other material that's added to that depending on the shade that you're trying to accomplish. But generally, copper is added to that, so it is more expensive to be able to produce, and it does have more components that have been added to that. This is going to be a lighter shade. This is going to be more like the N3 caliber of rose. It's not that deep, dark rose gold that's been done on this, but looks absolutely phenomenal. So if you're looking for the dressiest of the bunch, if you don't have that dress watch in your collection yet, and especially if you're a fan of the rose gold, or maybe you want to try rose gold for the first time, this is the one that you need to take a look at. We've got one more out of the 5, and then we'll take a quick, more detailed overview of the timepiece. Okay, so for the quick and detailed review of this timepiece, I'm going to go back to the hot buy, the hotness pick within the hotness pick, this awesome gunmetal with the silver tone, or as I've said, if you prefer, the white dial that's been done on that. And just to hit the high points once again, 48 millimeters in case diameter. If I go ahead and give this a quick turn to the side here, as you can see, 14 millimeters in case thickness. So if you're going full suit and tie with this bad boy, not a problem. Even if it's French cuffs, it's going to go underneath the sleeve, no problem at all. Now, I picked this as the hot buy because I think, number one, gunmetal is just such a fantastic look, especially with the color dial that they've picked here, that silvery white look that's been done on there, and because I know so many of you absolutely love gunmetal. And it is more expensive, by the way. The black and gunmetal are more expensive than your regular stainless steel option that you can find that's out there. The bracelet as well, because I know many of you, this may be your first mesh bracelet. I'm just going to turn this around so we can concentrate on that bracelet for a minute. 22 millimeters wide, I believe, and if I counted correctly, this is a 20 piece or 20 row, 20 link, I guess if you prefer, mesh bracelet that has been done on there. Very fluid, very comfortable on the wrist, very wrist conforming. No issues to worry about whatsoever on the wrist. Okay? Very, very comfortable. Now, as we said, the Ronda Slim Tech 1069 caliber movement, 6 jewels, Doré, with the small seconds. I'm going to try and turn this back around here very, very quickly so you can take a look at it. I like the fact that they went with this movement for several different reasons. First of all, as many of you already know and have Ronda in your collection, they're durable, pretty much bulletproof movements, especially the Swiss versions, which is what you're getting in this timepiece, and especially at this price point. But I like the fact that it gives you the small seconds or the sub-seconds. Either one would be appropriate, either term, which is that subdial you see here at the 6 o'clock position with your constantly running second hand. It's a great addition to a timepiece that's trying to give you a dressier look. The low profile gives it a dressier look. The mesh bracelet gives it a dressier look. That beautiful guilloche pattern that's been done on the underdial, and remember that is a two-piece layer dial configuration that's been used here, gives it a dressier look. 48 millimeters, that's the Goldilocks range. And again, remember, when we're talking about measuring watches, we're going this way or this way. It's obviously the same either way that you measure it. 48 millimeters is that Goldilocks size. Really, anybody can wear this. So ladies that are watching this and you're wondering, hey, could I wear that? Yes, most certainly you can wear any of these. It is very easy to wear. Now, two things regarding the size, because I know there's some of you going, oh, if they'd have just made it in a 85 millimeter, I'd wear it. You know who you are. I want you to notice, first of all, while you do have a little bit of a stepped outside bezel, it is an outside bezel, meaning it's not coming over the dial. So the dial opening that you're getting is very, very large on this timepiece when we're talking about ratio to the case size. So that visually is going to help it wear larger. Also remember, the lighter you go in the colors, for instance, what you're getting here in this silvery white tone, is going to help visually the watch play larger as well. So all of those factors went into why this particular model, but I got to tell you, between this, the all silver tone with the black dial and the triple black, all could have been picked as the hot buys or the hotness pick within the hotness pick. And for many of you, one of those other ones may be your pick. This is just my suggestion. The gunmetal is what really took me over the top. I'm a huge fan of that, as I am this color tone of dial, that silver tone that borders on white. It is a great, great look on the wrist. Okay, remember, Swiss, you see that at the 6, you'll find it on the case back. Swiss made is what you're getting here. $119 plus $8 shipping, which includes your tracking, for a total, for those of you in Rio Linda, as the saying goes, for those of you that know what I'm talking about, $127.99 out the door, to your door, and onto your wrist. This is a phenomenal opportunity to pick up a timepiece that is very well made from a brand that many of you may not be familiar with. And I was very excited to bring this in. It is a very well done timepiece. You're going to be amazed once you get this on the wrist. So give it a try. I'm very excited to be able to work with this distributor, as they're going to be able to provide us several different brands that you may not be familiar with, and a variety of different configurations, from full-on dress all the way down to sporty, and pretty much everything in between. So I'm really, really excited about this, and being able to get back on track with these hotness picks and get these out the door to you on pretty much a weekly basis now. And really, given the way things are looking, we may be able to go to like 2 times a week. But I'm still being very selective. That's why I wanted to go with this timepiece first of all. If, by the way, and I do want to point this out to you, I'm all about wearing watches that are situationally appropriate, is the term that I use, right? So for instance, I may not throw on, a sea hunter or something of that nature with a tux or a suit. It is always great to not have to spend a huge amount of money and have a watch that, when, I don't know, Christmas time comes around, you're going to family Christmas parties, you're going to work Christmas parties, you're going to, some big event, and you've got to take it up a notch. You've got to dress. Maybe you're going on a job interview. Maybe you're one of those folks who are just now graduating, right? This is graduation season, I believe. And you're going out on those job interviews. Or maybe you started your first quote-unquote real job, right, out of college. Those sorts of things, where you want to make an impression, where you want to be wearing a timepiece that is appropriate to the situation that you're in, but still gives you, you're not wearing something that you don't like. You've got quality, you've got looks, you've got something that's going to turn heads, that's going to draw attention to your wrist from those that see you. Because let's face it, most of us watch geeks, we kind of like that. This is the watch for you. So there you go. I'm going to cut it off now. I could keep talking about this watch. I'm trying to keep these videos shorter so we can get through them. $119.99 plus $8 shipping, $127.99 total to your door for a Swiss-made timepiece with a Ronda movement, with a multi-layer dial, with the guilloche pattern on a 22-piece or 22-row chain mesh bracelet. And again, watch that chain making video above this. It's very cool. I think you'll be amazed at how they make those. Anyway, this is a Hotness pick. Thanks for checking it out. When you get yours home and get it on the wrist, let me know what you think. Thanks, everybody.